Training camp day one is in the books. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thanks for hanging out. Breathe deeply, my friends, because finally, it has begun. That's right, training camp day one is officially in the books. Thank God we have something new to talk about, something real to talk about. Now, I'm not going to waste any of your time, just a couple things I want to talk about. So let's get into it. First and foremost is the appearance of Jeff Okudah as a full go. That's right, Jeff Okudah was given the green light to get out there and to practice at full capacity. That is huge. The amount of rehab that Okudah has had to undergo, everything that he's had to go through with that Achilles has been insane. You see all of the process, the amount of time and effort and energy that he has put into trying to make it back to be able to be ready for day one. He said that that was one of his goals, was to be ready to go day one of training camp, and he was. He has been given the green light. Campbell talked about it, and man, it is great to see Okudah out there. He looks physically different. He looks stronger. He looks more built. Everything about him, he looks ready to go. I'm expecting big things from him this year. He's had a tough go at it in Detroit. He will have an incredible comeback story. Another interesting thing that we heard today through training camp is that defensive end, second-round pick, Josh Pascal, has been put on the PUP list. He had some sports hernia surgery during this off-season time, and so with that, he's unable to practice. He's on the PUP list. Kind of a bummer, just for him and his development's sake. Everything that we know about him, he's a stud, and the amount of work he puts in. But man, to not be there day one of training camp, that does put a hurting on you as a player, and so I'm hoping for the best. It sounds like from Campbell, it's going to take a little bit of time before he's back out there, so we did not get to see him. Speaking of rookies, according to Tim Twentyman and Mike O'Hara, Aiden Hutchinson was taking reps with the first team defense today. And you may sit there and say, duh, obviously, why not? Well, the fact that Campbell and the coaching staff have seen as much as they have from him, how diligent he is, how much of a dog he is, and that they're willing to say, hey, rather than starting slow, we're putting you on first team defense, getting you out there, taking those reps right off the bat. Obviously, no pads. But that says a lot about Hutchinson and where he's at, what they're expecting of him coming in here right off the bat. I think that there's tremendous pressure on Hutchinson as such a young guy, as the number 2 overall pick, obviously our first round pick here in Detroit. I think there's a lot of pressure being like, okay, I know that I'm coming here to disrupt and make a huge difference defensively for the Lions. There's a lot of pressure as a young guy with those things on you. So it will be interesting to see how does this time go during training camp, how he ends up developing defensively here in Detroit before the season begins. But I am excited hearing that he's taken all the reps on the first team defense. I love that. That means, hey, they trust him, they see where he's at, and they're going to push him right to the max off the bat. Lastly, I talked about safeties the other day, who's going to be battling it out for those safety positions, and just to inform you, it is official that Ife, or Fatu Melifonwu, has been moved to safety, whereas Will Harris is a cornerback. So it sounds like there's been that swap. Again, I think the two of them could become floaters between playing cornerback safety. However, if he's taken all reps as a safety. So that is intriguing looking at that room as a whole, because we got a few guys there. So it's going to be fascinating to see who gets cut and who gets placed where. But that is it. That is just some early takeaway thoughts, things going on. I'm excited for Jeff Okudah, excited for him to get out there, to have that comeback season and really show us what he's worth, prove to himself, prove to Detroit fans, prove to the league that he's not a bust. So thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. If you want Detroit Lions news, thoughts, anything like that, you hit that red button. I think, according to how YouTube works, you'll get the videos. And then that's good. It's good. You'll enjoy. Maybe you'll hate it. Doesn't matter.